Yo, how's it going? Look for some plays. Happy Monday. Hope y'all are having a great day. Let's get in here and talk about some stats. Only stats. Only stats, though. Nothing crazy. Wait for some people to come on here. We got some news today. Yo, rise and shine. Here we come to attack the value. Exactly, King. Exactly. We got some value in the premium. We got the value on Jaden McDaniels. If y'all got him yesterday, he's at 14.5 points now. We had him at 13.5. The Thunder are coming out with some injuries. Jalen Williams and Hartenstein are out today. Trae Young is out. Interesting. Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. Dude, bro, this Thunder and Hawks matchup is going to be gross. Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, Hartenstein's out. Chet might have a field day today. They're just going to get smacked. Honestly, Mobley over 12 points. Mobley? Yeah, I guess I don't mind that. Mobley? Against the Spurs, 12 points. He's coming off injury. Only played, 14 minutes against the Knicks in his first game back on Christmas. Second game back, only played 20 minutes, but they lost by 20. He's still going to be in a minutes limit because he's dealing with a lower leg injury. I'd probably stay away from this. I'm not going to lie. Get the match against the Knicks. That's very tough. I'd stay away from it. I don't even know if he's starting. They haven't came out and said anything about that. Jaime Jaquez threes. Probably not. Probably not for Jaime Jaquez. Yeah, Hero's out. Yes, he's been hitting threes in a couple games, but he only takes like 1 to 3 threes a game. Not taking that just seems kind of random. I don't really like taking props like that are very low variance or very high variance, if that makes sense. I like taking lines or plays that have more consistency, not just more random. You know, I like taking plays based off volume, not based off efficiency, if that makes sense. And if you're doing 1 of 2 from 3, that's taking a play based off efficiency. Jalen Tyson, 14.5 PRA. Any thoughts? Ooh. I think with Mobley and Allen here, it's probably not as good. He did play 30 minutes last game, but they lost by 17. He played 20 minutes the other day against the Knicks. Yeah, I probably wouldn't take this spot here. I'm not a huge fan. He was doing really well without either Mobley or Allen, but both those are back. Both those guys are back. I don't see anything else on the Cavs side that they're missing. Yeah, they're pretty much healthy. So I'm not taking Tyson here. Cam Thomas, not taking Thomas. It's his second game back. Yes, it's going to be a bait because in his first game back, he went absolutely berserk. 30 points in 20 minutes in a good matchup against Minnesota. They don't guard the pick and roll well, and he uses the pick and roll a bunch. It's his second game back from injury. He only played 20 minutes the other day, so he's probably going to be at like 20, 21, 22 minutes here. So yeah, probably not going to take this spot here for Cam Thomas. The plays here, yeah. I got you guys with the plays here. It's Jaden McDaniels. Listen up. If someone can type it out, I'll pin it out. But Jaden McDaniels over 13.5 points. I think they bumped it up. Jaden McDaniels, 13.5 points. I would not take the bump. Let's see what we can get there. 20.5 PRA, I'd much rather take for Jaden McDaniels. So let's change that. Jaden McDaniels, more than 20.5 PRA. Matchup against the Bulls. Very high-paced matchup. Give a lot of points in the paint. Second play, Kevin Porter Jr. over 7 assists. Kevin Porter Jr. over 7 assists, and I correlated that with Giannis's lowest goblin. I think it was 23.5 points goblin. Giannis is on a minutes restriction, kind of worrisome there, but he gets a really good matchup against the Charlotte. 23.5 points for Giannis seems pretty good. I think it's 4x on this play. Again, Jaden McDaniels, 20.5 PRA. Thank you. There we go. Appreciate you guys typing on there. Very helpful there. Thank you, Riri. Giannis 25. I wouldn't do Giannis 25. I did 23.5. I'm still worried about that minutes limit. He only played 25 minutes last game. Cat 12.5 rebounds. That's interesting. Blake Corum. I don't do NFL, unfortunately, so I have no idea. At this point of the season, I have no idea. Maybe when we get into playoffs, I might dabble a little bit, but not too much. I'm just focusing a lot on NBA, and it's been the strong suit there. 12.5 rebounds for Towns is interesting because they don't have Hart and they don't have Mitchell Robinson here. Very interesting here on this spot for Towns. But interestingly enough, he only played 30 minutes last game. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he picked up 2 fouls early, but he only played 30 minutes last game. I have no idea why. And the game was close. Does anyone know why Towns only played 30 minutes last game? You would expect him to play way more minutes. His PRA, it's a really good matchup. It really is. I don't really trust the points. I don't mind the rebounds, though. I think the rebounds is interesting. Let me see what we have for him. He had foul trouble last game? Of course he did. Of course he did. And now you're going against Zion. I'm kind of worried. I might be cooked, bro. I did a 2-man with Cam Thomas, 15 points, and Tyson. Yeah, that's interesting. Cam Thomas could hit for 15 for sure off the bench. He's just limited. My worry there. And then Tyson, yeah, everyone's healthy for that team. So I don't know if Tyson, in my opinion, is my favorite. Towns at 15.5 rebounds and assists looks very solid. 15.5 rebounds. Yeah, 15.5 rebounds and assists for Towns. Looks pretty solid. I mean, only 37% of games this season, but you have to factor in Josh Hart is out. I think he's only missed 1 game. You added on that, on top of that, their backup center, Mitchell Robinson's out as well. So literally, Towns is going to eat up all the minutes he can handle today in a matchup that are favored by 8 in a really good matchup. Top 6 rebounds, top 2 assists. Let me see the actual matchup. Rebounds and assists for Towns. Yeah, and it's coming in favored too. Yeah, Towns could have a field day. I'm just worried about the foul trouble always when it comes to Towns. But, yeah, he's facing Zion too. They allow the 4th most rebounds, 2nd most assists to opposing centers. Yeah, Towns rebounds and assists. I'm writing that down. Towns 15.5 rebounds and assists for Karl Anthony Towns. I don't mind that. I think he's going to kill the glass, especially while Josh Hart feeding those rebounds. Towns is going to be in a good spot. You know what's interesting? How did McCall do on the rebounds the other day? Only 3 rebounds on 4 chances. Never mind. Who ate up all the rebounds last game? Like, someone's going to have to rebound. Ooh, OG. OG had 13 rebound chances last game. OG had 13 rebound chances last game without Josh Hart. And in games without Josh Hart, he's... Ooh, never mind. Yo, OG is going to be the play. In the 3 games without Josh Hart, one of them was without Towns, so I guess you can't really count that. In the 2 games without Josh Hart, he's had 18 rebound chances and 13 rebound chances. And we're getting a positive matchup here. Let me see what his place is at. Sorry, I'll get to the comments again, but I want to see this OG play. I think it's very solid. Yeah, 8 rebounds and assists for OG Anunoby. It's coming in at 52% rate. Or expected value. Honestly, yeah, OG 8 rebounds and assists looks kind of fire. 8 rebounds and assists for OG? I don't mind that at all. I don't mind OG. 8 rebounds and assists. Looks pretty solid. All right, I'll get to your guys' questions. Porter Jr. over rebounds. I don't like it. I like Porter Jr.'s assist mainly, to be honest. I didn't like too much of Porter Jr. His points line is pretty interesting too, Porter Jr. Gillespie, 27.5 PRA. I love Gillespie. Colin Gillespie has been hooping. And if you just filter out Grayson Allen, Colin Gillespie in 13 games without Grayson Allen is averaging 28.8 PRA in 13 games. He does get a good matchup against Washington. A lot of players get good matchups against Washington, I'm not going to lie. Good pick and roll matchup, good above the break 3 matchup. Everything is good for Grayson Allen, or not Grayson Allen, Colin Gillespie. If you look at, you can filter out defensive rating. All right, this matchup against Washington, they have the worst defensive rating in the league. When you give him a just top 10 defensive rating this season without Grayson Allen, he's 6 of 6 on this line, averaging 30.8 PRA. So yeah, Colin Gillespie's in a good spot. But now you can go in, after you like Colin Gillespie, you can make sure that that's the best value you're getting on that play by using expected value. Colin Gillespie, points and assists is probably better. Points and assists is probably going to be better at 22.5. I don't really care about the rebounds. 22.5 points and assists is probably going to be better. Yeah, that's better value over 22.5 points. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if you check it out on YouTube, this is what I'm looking at on YouTube on my stream. I liked Colin Gillespie already, but look at the expected value. It's at 23.5 on other books, but on Prize Picks is at 22.5 points and assists. So taking that every single day compared to 27.5, which is what it is at on other books for the PRA line. So yeah, I really like Colin Gillespie's points and assists. That's a solid play, bro. I'm not going to lie. We get to 5,000 likes. Every time we get another 5,000 likes, I will say the play again. All right. I don't do money line, so no idea. Jaden McDaniels, 13.5. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll pin that again. That's the play. Zion has been playing a six role. Yeah, he has. But the matchup against the Knicks for Zion isn't good because they don't allow that many points in the paint. And, of course, Zion is attacking the paint every second he gets. 77% of Zion's points come in the restricted area. It's a bottom 8 matchup against the Knicks. Bottom 10 free throw, bottom 2 isolation. This is not the matchup for me that I want to take for Zion, even though he's doing really well. Why are they blurred? They don't let me unblur it. They will ban me if I unblur it, and it's something I've learned. I need a 2-unit. I will drop the 2-unit in the premium. Don't worry. Honestly, the OG play might be a very, very good play. Because no Mitchell Robinson and no what's his name? Josh Hart. Zion's head-to-head. I don't do head-to-head. Head-to-head is one of the worst things that you can do. Head-to-head is one of the worst metrics you can do because he's on a minutes limit now. He's only playing 28 minutes a game. And when you're looking at head-to-head, you're looking against teams with different schemes. They had Thibodeau last year where they gave a lot of points in the paint probably. They gave a bunch of points. I remember last year in the paint. But if you're looking at head-to-head, you'll pick up all those things. But now they have a new coach, Mike Brown, who coached the Kings last year. I know what they do. They restrict players. They double down on players in the paint. And that's why they don't give up points in the paint. So yeah, head-to-head is going to be very, very biased. Zion's not killing the Knicks. I just don't think he's going to have an amazing game. I just don't like his spot here. Right at 20, not a huge fan, honestly. Gay, Mohamed Gay 2.5. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. I've never taken him ever, but I know Jalen Johnson and Trae Young are out, so he's probably going to play more minutes here. And it's a good spot-up matchup where I think he's going to be wide open here. I don't even know where he plays. I'm curious how I can find something that's solid. Yeah, let's just check out games without Jalen Johnson. Mohamed Gay played 23, 34, and 23 minutes. And he had 6, 5, and 0 3-point attempts. But this matchup against I don't mind that. That's such a nifty play. I don't mind Mohamed Gay here. In the 3 games without just Jalen Johnson, some of these games were without Nickeil Alexander-Walker, though. I just don't know how much he's gonna play. But you're saying 2.5 3-pointers? I think that's all they're gonna give him, if that makes sense. Like, his line's at 7.5 points. 3-pointers attempted? Where are you getting that? I'm not getting that, but I don't have an attempted line. That's interesting, though. It is very interesting. Yeah, that one's pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie. Who's on a minutes restriction? No idea. Can someone... what do you mean who's on a minute? There's a lot of players on a minutes restriction. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's at 21.5 points. That's crazy. Zach Ricochet's at 11.5 points. He played 27 and 33 minutes without Jalen Johnson this season. That's interesting. How about Vit Krejci? Does he even have any spots? Without Jalen Johnson, Vit Krejci played a good amount of minutes too. I don't know. I feel like we're diving a little deep there. I'm trying to find shooters against the Thunder because that's what they give up. They give a lot of spot-up points. 2 players on the same team, Twin? Yeah. Kevin Porter Jr. over 7 assists and Giannis over 23.5 points. But it's played with Jaden McDaniels, so that's why it's allowed. Quickly, not a huge fan of Quickly, to be honest. I thought he used the pick and roll more, but he doesn't. The reason why I like the pick and roll matchup is because Orlando gets lit up in the pick and roll. They allowed the 4th most points in the pick and roll, but he only uses it 20% of the time. Not amazing. 51% of Quickly's points come from above the break threes, and a lot of it is spotting up. So yeah, not a huge fan of Quickly. If I were to take anyone on the Raptors, it'd be Ingram. He's the better mid-range matchup. He's the pick and roll solid amount. I do Ingram, but I don't really like this matchup too much. Castle points and assists. I think Castle's so good. But points and assists for Castle, yeah, he's been killing that line. This season, Castle's went over in 78% of games. Now you're taking... I think Fox is questionable? Or is Fox out? Let me see. Is Fox questionable or out? He's participating. Oh, he's questionable, so... And the matchup against Cleveland's not the best thing in the world. But yeah, 78% rate you can't ignore. I'd lean the over, but I'm not too sold on that spot. Just because Fox is questionable and it's not an amazing matchup. It's not an amazing matchup, but he doesn't even need an amazing matchup. He's been doing really well. Honestly, like, if you just... Bro, if you just give him his expected minutes, saying, like, I took out the games that he got hurt in and he first came back, just giving him 25 minutes this season, Stephon Castle's went over this line in 88% of games. I really don't know if you can ignore that. And the matchup's not the worst thing in the world. It's average. So, yeah, Castle, 23.5. I actually don't mind that at all. 23.5 points and assists. You just ignore, like, he's went over this line in 88% of games. He's not going to be on a minutes limit. And when he plays at least 25 plus minutes, he's won over this line in, again, 15 out of 17 games. You have the possibility that Fox doesn't play, so it's even better. But I think Fox is going to play. He participated in shoot around, which is always a good sign. But I don't mind it. I actually don't mind that. Quentin Post, 4.5, 3 points attempt. Ooh. That's actually interesting based on the fact that he's going to be starting and Horford's not going to be playing. Horford's out. So let's take out Horford. It's a decent 3-point attempt matchup, I think. Actually, no. Brooklyn allows the second least 3-point attempts to opposing teams. I just think he gets an overall solid matchup. Honestly, if anything, I just do his points for Post. I actually don't mind Post points because of how Brooklyn plays defense. There's nothing really favorable with Post, to be honest. Nothing really favorable. How has he been doing? Without Horford, he still plays a good amount of minutes. 25 plus-ish minutes. Yeah, when he plays at least 24 minutes this season, he's went over this line at 9 points in 78% of games. Can we guarantee he gets that many minutes? What's his name? Melton's back? Yeah, Melton's back. Butler's probable. I don't mind Post. I really don't. It's a solid matchup. I don't mind it. I'll write it down for now, but it's not my favorite. Hey, bro, if Tyson and Cam Thomas sell today, I might need you to rescue me. Yeah, you got this, bro. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in your plays. Tijon Salon, 12.5 points and rebounds. He's 2 of 3 without Ryan. And the coach stated that he wanted his growth development. Bucks ranked 25th, and that's solid research, man. Let me see. I don't really think Ryan Cockburner being in or out really matters for Tijon. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's more so. What's his name? What is his name? Con Kneppel being out kind of helps more with Tijon Salon. Because Tijon Salon plays like a forward wing position, not a center. This not hitting, I respect it. I mean, if you don't like it, I respect it. Respect your opinion. Let me know why you think it's not hitting. I'm actually curious. Yeah, but Tijon Salon, he hasn't played a game without Con Kneppel. Did he not play last game, Tijon? That's interesting. Did Tijon not play last game? Or Con Kneppel wasn't ruled. Oh, Con Kneppel got ruled out last game. It's decent. I don't mind Tijon Salon. It's kind of just random, though, to be honest. Moussa Diabate. Ooh, that's interesting. Against the Bucks. Oof. Bro, this guy is fiending rebounds. But the Bucks matchup is kind of interesting. Because he's going to be going against Giannis. That can be easy foul trouble. That's kind of scary. But he has been reeling in chances. He's had 26, 35, and 29 rebound chances. Meaning, in the past 3 games, he's within 2 feet of a rebound dropping in around, like, damn near 30 times a game. And you're giving him a 12 line? That's very interesting. That is very interesting. My concern is just the foul trouble, right? I don't think he gets into foul trouble. He's only had like 4, 2, and 3 fouls in the past 3 games. It's not crazy. Oh, it's Chris. What's good, Crispy? That's what I was saying. Like you're dropping some sauce right now. But let me see Musa actually. See, this is why I like talking to you. I never look at players like Musa, and I wouldn't know. Question: in your premium, do you have people who use underdog? We don't, but most of the plays are transferable to underdog. Really, I'm pretty sure they all do. Are transferable to underdog. We get to 5K likes, I'll read out the plays again. So 5K likes, I'll read out the plays. This is not a unique account. This is just my streaming account. How's Diabate's points been? The matchup's not the best thing in the world for Diabate's points. Do they give a lot of offensive rebounds? They give a lot of defensive rebounds. I'm actually interested in Diabate here. Just the chances are so hard. Like I said, I'm all about volume. But when you give him so many chances, the matchup's not the worst thing in the world. But when you give Diabate so many chances, the volume is just going to be there. In these 3 games, the Bucks allow the 8th least rebounds to opposing centers. It kind of makes sense, Giannis, Turner. They got size. Yeah, I'd probably stay away from Diabate in this matchup at least. Nasri, 13.5 points. Heat allowed the second most points to power forwards. I don't mind it. They aren't facing the Heat though, so yeah, that's my concern there. They are going to be playing at a high pace. Yeah, they're going to be playing at a high pace. It's a good scoring matchup against the Bulls. It really is. But I like Jaden McDaniels way more because he attacks the rim more. And he's going to play more minutes. He's going to be more consistent. Mobley over points, guys. If you're doing Mobley over points, you have to know that he's going to be on a minutes limit. Like in the last 2 games, if you look at Mobley over points and you're seeing that he's went over this line in 70% of games this season, it's not the same thing because in the past 2 games, coming off of injury, he's playing 25 on Christmas, then 20 minutes last game. He's probably going to be around 25 minutes in this game against the Spurs, and it's a very tough matchup against the Spurs. So yeah, I probably want to take Mobley here. Honestly, if anything, I might fade him, bro. I'm not going to lie. What's Jarrett Allen's lines? 10.5 points for Jarrett Allen kind of seems ridiculous. Jarrett Allen points seems way too high. Especially against Wemby, fully healthy Wemby. 11.5 points for, bro. Jarrett Allen, 11.5 points seems way too high. Yeah, dude. Jarrett Allen points seems a little high, I'm not going to lie. If you look at this season, yeah, Jarrett Allen's went over this line in 59% of games. But I think if you add Mobley to the mix, it's 50% of games with Mobley in the game. And now you're giving him a matchup against Wembanyama. When Wemby was healthy, the Spurs had the number 2 or 3 restricted area defense in the league. And of course, Jarrett Allen scored 66% of his points in the restricted area. And Wemby's starting again. He started last game for the first time in a while. So you expect him to start again. But this matchup is so gross for Jarrett Allen. Bottom 3 free throw, bottom 8 pick and roll, bottom 3 transition, bottom 2 putback. 66% of his points come in the restricted area. It's a bottom 7 matchup. Bro, I will take Jarrett Allen on the under. This might be my 2-unit play here. I'm not going to lie. This Jarrett Allen play might be the 2-unit play. And they're putting him at 11.5? Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 11.5 is way too high for Jarrett Allen, in my opinion. That's probably going to be my 2-unit play in my premium. I'll lock it in later. Wemby's restricted too? Kind of, but he's starting now, so he's coming back off that restriction. He started last game, played 28 minutes, so that's the most he's played since coming back from injury. So he's starting to ramp up. He'll still be limited, yeah. It might be at 28 to 30 minutes. They lost by 13 in that game against the Jazz, so if that game is closer, he probably plays 30 minutes. And this game against Cleveland, they're actually favored, but they're 3-point favorites. Yeah, Scotty Barnes has been eating it. Scotty Barnes has been killing it. The last game against the Warriors, Scotty Barnes was a monster. 25 rebounds against the Warriors is insane. But now he gets matched against Orlando. They have a lot of size too. Wendell Carter, Paulo, a lot of bigs too. Probably not a huge fan of this rebounds and assist spot here for Scotty in this matchup against the Magic. Yeah, not a huge fan. You like Cassiopeia? I actually do. I don't mind it. And I know it's probably going to be one of the most popular plays on the board, but I actually don't mind it because he just hit this line in so many games this season, and the possibility that Fox isn't playing, and it's not a tough matchup. It's not a terribly tough matchup against Cleveland. So yeah, I don't mind that Fox play. Tari Eason, 16.5 points and rebounds. Pacers allow a lot of points in the paint, and they also are without Sengun in this matchup. You're right. Eason did get into foul trouble last game too, and we took him in the premium. You got it at 16.5. That's good value. It's at 18.5 now. I doubt it's at 16.5 anymore. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we got to 5K. Hella close. Hella quick. Oh, yeah. Someone can type it. I'll pin it. I can't pin it. I can't type myself because of this filter. But if someone types it, I'll pin it. Here it is. Jaden McDaniels, 20.5 PRA. Jaden McDaniels, 20.5 PRA on the more. Kevin Porter Jr., KPJ, over 7 assists. 7 assists for KPJ. I don't mind the rebounds and assists. I like the assists more. And I correlated it with Giannis over 23.5 points. It should do 4x. It should do 4x. Jaden McDaniels, 20.5 PRA. Kevin Porter Jr., 7 assists. And Giannis, 23.5 points. If someone could type it out, I will pin it. Anthony Black points. He's been on a streak. But let me see Tari Eason. Tari Eason's very interesting here. In a higher pace matchup. And no Sengun. Who played? Didn't Sengun not play last game? Who played instead of him? Let me see. Yeah, didn't Sengun not play last game, or did he play last game against Cleveland? Yeah, Steven Adams started to play 22 minutes. They just play a little bit smaller. I mean, it makes sense. They can play small here with Eason because Pacers don't have a dominant big in the paint. Reed Shepherd played a lot. This is interesting. I guess they smacked the Cavs, so we didn't see full minutes. I feel like Adams is gonna eat here. Let me see. Eason could be good, but Eason spots up a lot, and it's not a good spot up matchup, which is my concern. Adams should eat here. Adams should eat here. Like, this should be clear. Yeah, dude, Adams looks pretty interesting. Steven Adams, they didn't need to use him that much because they were up so much. Why is this not working? Is Steven Adams not on books? Let me see. I'm trying to look at Steven Adams. Do they have him yet? Steven Adams over points and rebounds. 17.5 points and rebounds for Steven Adams. PR. Wouldn't you just give him like 20 minutes this season? I guess 17.5 is kind of high. But you're kind of pushing it there. Yeah. I thought it'd be so good. I guess not. I don't know. I think he's going to play a lot of minutes. It's a very good matchup, right? 88% of Steven Adams' points come within 8 feet of the basket. That's a top 8 matchup. Oh, within, in the restricted area. Sorry, that's a top 8 matchup. It's a good putback matchup. Good free throw matchup. Should be a good rebound matchup, too. Why is it not letting me look up Steven Adams? Am I on the wrong filter? Huh, maybe they just don't have it up yet, or they haven't changed that yet. Yeah, the defense by position is great too. I'm going to write this down. I decently like Steven Adams' PR. What's it, 17.5 PR? All right, Jaden McDaniels. Yep, that's it. Thank you. I'll pin your play. That's the play right there. I'm just here, just set it. How do I pin this? Here we go. There we go. All right, Cat 13 rebounds. I don't mind it. I honestly like OG a little bit more. Matthew Stafford, I don't do NFL. Anthony Black over PR. Black has been on a huge streak, but a lot of it is because he's been just wide open. Especially in that matchup against Denver, he was wide open. It's a solid matchup for Anthony Black against Toronto. I still think they're going to leave him decently open. They gave a lot of points in their restricted area too. Anthony Black has been hooping, especially again without Franz, without Jalen Suggs. He is 6 of 6 on this line without Suggs and Franz. Suggs is doubtful, so probably not going to play. 49% of Black's points come in the restricted area. That's a top 9 matchup too. I honestly don't mind it against Toronto. 2-point spread. I don't mind Black here, but let me find the best. Let me find the best value for you. The best expected value for Black if you're doing it on Prize Picks. Honestly, what does his assist look like? 4 assists looks very low for Black, no? 8 potentials, 10 potentials, 9, 10, 8, 8. 45% of his assists. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Black doesn't hit. Yeah, 18.5 points is kind of crazy for Black. 18.5 points is kind of crazy for Black. Yeah, I'd probably stay off Anthony Black. I'd probably stay off. In my opinion, I'd probably stay off. The matchup's not Good enough in my opinion. I had Eason last game. He was on pace for cashing, but he got into foul trouble. Yeah, he got into foul trouble pretty early, huh? And by the time he got back, the game was pretty much over. Was he on pace, Chris? Was he on pace? I got 100 on Paulo under on everything. I do like Paulo's unders. They bumped it down a good amount, so I can't take it now. But yeah, I did like Paulo's unders. He's been struggling, first of all. He's been very passive. And the way Toronto plays defense, especially without Jakob Poeltl, is that when a player gets into the paint, they will double, triple team him in the paint. And that's what Paulo does a lot of his damage. So I think, yeah, Paulo's going to have a tough day here. Was Eason on track? In 21 minutes, 9 points, 5 fouls. Yeah, he got into huge foul trouble. I don't mind Eason here. You got a good value on him, though. Yeah, take the under on Paulo and watch him drop 40. Yeah, that's what happens. OG rebounds better than Cat. I'm trying to think about it. I mean, Cat's just going to be consistent, and he's done it before. Solid matchup against New Orleans, too. But I think OG actively goes for more rebounds based on his rebound chances without Hart. He's had 13, 14, and 18 rebound chances in the 3 games without Hart. One of them was without Towns, but still, without Hart, 13, 14, and 18. Let me see last season. Does that matter? It's probably pretty similar. He only played 2 games without Hart last season, but he was pretty limited in minutes. I'm curious. I am very curious. Is this just like coincidence? But let me see the rebound chances. Rebound chances. One sec. I'm actually very curious. Like, he only tops out around like... Yeah, he'll top out around like 10 rebound chances. 10 rebound chances. And all of a sudden, without Josh Hart, he'll play like 13 rebound chances, 14 rebound chances, 18 rebound chances. Plays more minutes, too. 38 minutes, yes, the other day against Atlanta. Towns is also hurt. I don't know. I think Towns is the safer option probably then. Honestly, I think Towns is probably the safer option for chances. As long as he doesn't get into foul trouble, which is a big, you know, as long. That dude just stays in foul trouble. I feel like Mo Gay is a bait, bro. All red last 15. He's going to play a lot today. Yeah, that is a bait. Why are people taking Mo Gay? Bro, there's no Jalen Johnson or Trae Young. Mo Gay is going to get more minutes here. Or Porzingis. Mo Gay is 100% going to get more minutes. Cam Thomas is at 17.5 points now. Cam Thomas is at 17.5 points now. Am I crazy? Or is this way too high? It's his second game back. He only played 20 minutes last game. And his matchup against the Warriors is very tough. 4th least pick and roll. 9th least free throw. 4th least handoff. Very tough matchup for Cam Thomas. Bro, I would not be surprised if Cam Thomas goes under this spot easily here against the Warriors. Only playing 20 minutes. He had a hamstring injury and was out for... Bro, he had a hamstring injury, was out for damn near 2 months. He comes back against Minnesota. He has a good matchup. Lights it up. Only took 15 field goal attempts. Dude, I might fade Cam Thomas here today. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm crazy, but I might fade Cam Thomas here. Under PRA for Cam Thomas. Under even points, bro. That points line is way too high for Cam Thomas. People are just getting baited by the last 5. I get it. That's the only thing you could see. But yeah, that Cam Thomas points line is very high. So I love talking to y'all about plays and stats. It's some things I don't see. But again, guys, all the plays that I end up finalizing will be in the premium. They will be in the premium. There are, just my one Yap says here, there are 31 free day passes remaining to the premium. So it's that first link in my bio. You get a free day pass if you haven't used it yet. And then code NBA gets you 75% off your first purchase. So yeah, free day pass or 75% off. All right, back to the stats. Under 16, I wouldn't do that. Under 17.5, I like. If we get to 10K likes, I'll say it again. I just can't keep saying it. But every 5K likes, I'll say it again. So 10K likes, we will say it. I did do it at 5K. Sorry, I haven't been on a YouTube stream. Yeah, take the under on Paula. Watch him. Jaime Hawkins, 19.5 points and assists. Nuggets have been struggling at guarding drives. And are good in transition matchup. He's 6 out of 7, 15 transition game with Bam active and Hero. What's his name? Jaime? Yeah, Jaime does really well without Hero. What did you say points and assists for Jaime Hawkes? 20. You got 19.5. 19.5 for Jaime Hawkes in this matchup against the Nuggets, like you said. Top 5 transition matchup, top 7 spot-up matchup, so the play types are pretty good. Even the paint matchup, top 10 against Jokic, who's not going to really guard the paint that much. Let me see this, actually. That's interesting. Let me see the paint matchup. I'm looking at Jaime Hawkes. One sec. Defensive. If we get to 10K likes, I'll say the play again. So if y'all want to get to 10K, that'd be awesome. Defensive zones. What am I trying to looking at? Zones. DSZ. There. Versus rebounds and assists. Oh, restricted area zone. There we go. Favorable matchup against restricted area. When Jaime Hawkes has no hero. In matchups where he has top 10 restricted area matchups, he's 6 of 9 on this line. That's pretty solid. Let's look at the zones or transition. Favorable transition matchup. He's 5 of 6 on his favorable transition matchups. Includes a game against the Nuggets. Jaime Hawkes might be in an interesting spot. Let me see his best value play. Thank you, Chris. This seems like a solid play. I'm not going to lie. Points and assists, 19.5. Yeah, that's great value too. Exactly, Chris. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but you're probably doing the same thing. Expected value for Jaime Hawkes, his points and assists is his best because it's at 20.5 on other books too. So yes, Jaime Hawkes looks pretty good. We got a whole list. We got a whole list of plays here. Over 19.5 points. That's why I like streaming. That's why I like talking to y'all. Especially Chris, bro. You're the GOAT. Alright. We're at 10K. Here's the play. If someone wants to type it down, I will pin it. Oh, there it is. I'll say it again, but there's the play. Thank you. AM. Thank you, AM. That's the play. Jaden McDaniels, more than 20.5 PRA, gets a very high-paced matchup against the Bulls. They give a lot of points in the paint, give a lot of points in the restricted area as well. 20.5 PRA when he faces top 7 teams. Top 7 pace teams. The Bulls play at the second highest pace. He's won over this line, I think, in 6 out of 6 games. KPJ, 7 assists, gets a matchup against Charlotte with Giannis back. He had 39 minutes, had 15 potential assists, and 9 assists in the first game against the Bulls. It's a very similar matchup against Charlotte because they give a lot of points in the paint, and it's correlated with Giannis, 23.5 points. Quick yap sesh there. Those are my plays. At the end of the day, if you're only getting one piece of the pie, you're not getting the whole value, if that makes sense. But this is only one play that we dropped today. We have, what else did I drop? What else did we drop? 2 more plays in the premium. I'm probably going to drop a bunch more, a couple more, because I have, what is this? 9 things highlighted that y'all have talked about. 9 things highlighted that y'all have talked about. So, yeah, I'll definitely drop more. If you guys want free day passes, there are 31 free day passes remaining. That first link in my bio. 30 now. Someone just used one, but 30. 30 free day passes remaining. Appreciate you been telling the Jaylen Brown, bro. Jaylen Brown is free. Jaylen Brown's going to come out probably tomorrow like 31.5, maybe 30.5 or 31.5. I'll take it to 30 and then you just put a bunch on it, bro. Jaylen Brown has tied Larry Bird in Celtics history in 30 points straight. His streak of 30 points. I think it's like 9 games. And now you're playing the Jazz tomorrow. That's tomorrow. I'm yapping, but that's tomorrow. How many minutes Jaime plays? In games without Tyler Hero, Jaime Hawkes plays 31 minutes a game. Averages 22.7 points and assist. Yeah, Jaime Hawkes looks good, bro. Jaime Hawkes looks good. I think it's better with Bam in. And Bam is playing today. I like this Jaime Hawkes play a lot. I do like the Jaime Hawkes. It's good value, bro. Shout out to Chris. But yes, if y'all want to go ahead and join the YouTube live, I'm live on YouTube as well. That's what I'm talking about. That's where I see it. Like, that's where I'm showing how to use all the tools I use, what I look at. I use a bunch of tools, but it's very more interactive on YouTube because you can see what I'm looking at full time. And I'm trying to grow on YouTube. Got to 500 subscribers, so appreciate you guys hopping on in. Gonna continue to try to grow there. If y'all want to drop on in over there. Try to post videos every single day. Bam, 15 points. This is his first game back, so I'm kind of worried about that. J-Dub, over 18.5 points. Williams against... I probably don't like it against the Hawks. No Hartenstein. Yeah, he doesn't attack the paint that much. I mean, 35% of his points come in the paint or in the restricted area. It's a top 2 matchup, but it's only 35%. I don't like Shea either. Maybe Chet. I think Chet probably has a solid spot. Yeah, Chet without Hartenstein looks money. Chet without Hartenstein has been kind of money. Chet, points and assists at 19.5. Points and assists for Chet. Kind of money there. 19.5 points and assists for Chet. Without Hartenstein this season, Chet has won over this line in 6 out of 7 games. No Hartenstein, no Jalen Williams, the other backup center. 45% of Chet's points come in the restricted area. Top 2 matchup. He's going to be going against Onyeka Okongwu. No Kristaps. No Jalen Johnson. Yeah, dude. Chet's points and assists is probably the guy I want to take for OKC. 19.5 points and assists for Chet. Hell yeah. Appreciate it. We're getting some fire value here. Buzelis PRA. I actually do not like the Buzelis matchup at all. Buzelis has a very tough matchup against Minnesota. They're all healthy. The Bulls are, besides Zach Collins. So he's been getting less and less minutes. Like we saw against the Bucks. Bro played 22 minutes against the Bucks. He played 20 minutes against Philly. He got into huge foul trouble against Philly, so never mind. 22 minutes against the Bucks. 51% of Buzelis' points come in the restricted area. That's a bottom 10 matchup. Not a huge fan of Buzelis. Anthony Black, 20.5 points. I wouldn't take that. Seems like a trap. I don't like the matchup too much for Anthony Black against Toronto. Giannis over 14.5 rebounds. His second game back. He's going to be on a minutes limit. Probably not taking Giannis' rebounds, especially the full lines. Jokic rebounds and assists. I don't mind Jokic's assists. 11. If it's at 11 assists for Jokic, it's pretty good. Because when he faces a team that plays at a top 10 pace, he's won over 11 assists in 7 out of 10 games. And Miami, guess what? Plays at the #1 pace in the league. They don't give that many rebounds. They do. They do give a good amount of rebounds and assists to centers, but it doesn't really translate to him. I think the pace thing is interesting. The pace thing is very interesting for Jokic's assist. I don't really like the rebounds too much. But when you look at the pace, when he just faces like top 10 teams, top 9 teams in pace, he's 6 out of 8 of this line, 75%. Including a game against the Heat where he had 24 potential assists and 16 assists. So it's a very like good pace matchup. The only thing is that the zones aren't really good. That's why I stayed away a little bit. I don't mind it though. Jokic's assist is not bad. Ryan Rollins. A lot of people like Rollins. The Hornets do give a lot of points in the pick and roll, which is good because Rollins uses it 35% of the time. Rollins played a lot more because Gary Trent Jr. was out the other day. It's kind of interesting to see how Rollins is going to fit in. Of course, with KPJ starting. I think Rollins came off the bench, if I'm not mind, or he's been coming off the bench. And then Gary Trent Jr. is coming back too, so... Oh, he's questionable. Gary Trent Jr. might play. So I'd probably stay away from Rollins. I trust, Rollins hit this line in 5 straight games, so I get where you're coming from. But I'd wait for Gary Trent Jr. Wait for the Gary Trent Jr. news. Rollins cooked the Hornets in their first matchup this season. He did, but that was without KPJ, so it's way different, right? No KPJ, no Giannis in one of those games, no KPJ in the other one. So you really have to see like who's playing, who's in and out. You can't really see just with, you know, Giannis being back. That's a huge usage difference. And they've only played 5 games with Giannis and KPJ. And KPJ barely played to start of the season. Yeah, so I just wait. I don't really like it too much. It is a solid pick and roll matchup. It's a really good pick and roll matchup against Charlotte. They allow a lot of points in the pick and roll. But I trust more often than not Kevin Porter Jr., the starting point guard. Giannis on a minute. Yeah, he's on a minutes limit, but he's still playing 25 plus minutes. That's still a lot of usage. Colin Sexton over 1.5 threes plus odds. 1.5 threes. Colin Sexton played like 18 minutes the other day. Yes, Con Knipple's out, but they still have Trey Mann. They still have Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball. He only played 18 minutes last game. It's not a good 3-point matchup, I don't think, against the Bucks. Actually, no, they allowed the 8th most 3-point attempts. I don't know, I probably want to take it, though. It only takes like 3 or 4 attempts a game. Just kind of seems random. Just seems you're playing a play. I don't like 3-pointers too much because you're looking like you're playing plays based off of efficiency. What's my YouTube? It's in my link in my bio. It's Balonesvida. I'm trying to build that up. So I appreciate you guys hopping on in. kind of harder to build it up, but slowly. Zion, I'm not a huge fan of Zion. What's the McDaniels play? 20.5 PRA for McDaniels, and Kevin Porter Jr. 7 assists. All right, I'm probably going to hop off here for now. Been on here for a sec, but again, I'll say the play again, and then I'll give a recap, and we'll get out of here. So, play of the day. This is what my free play looks like. Again, if you only have one piece of the pie, you're not going to get the best value, if that makes sense. You're only getting one play a day for free. All the rest of the plays are in the premium. You guys can try it out for free. Free day pass in the link in my bio if you're interested in joining. Get all the plays today for free. All right, Jaden McDaniels, more than 20.5 PRA. Good match against Chicago to give a lot of points in the paint. Honestly, now that I think about it, there are better plays than this, but I don't mind it still. 20.5 PRA. Getting a matchup against the Bulls, who play at... oh, yeah, this is what I was trying to see. Interesting. The Bulls play at the number 2 pace in the league. When Jaden McDaniels faces a team who plays at the top 10 pace in the league, he's went over this line in 7 out of 7 games. 25.4 PRA in his 7 games against teams with top 10 pace. Chicago plays at the second highest pace. They allow a lot of points in the paint as well. Let me see the restricted area matchup. Where is this? Zones. Favorable. When he faces a team, top 10 teams who allow points in the restricted area, he's went over this line in 7 out of 8 games. 7 out of 9 technically, but he missed one because of injury. Only played 9 minutes, so 7 out of 8 games. McDaniels is in a smash spot against the Bulls, who play at the second highest pace in the league and allow the most points in the restricted area. Those 2 filters that I used. Kevin Porter Jr. over 7 assists is great. Correlated for his spot against the Hornets. He's really only played 2 games with Giannis, or 3 games with Giannis, technically. He's only played 3 games with Giannis, 31 minutes, 35 minutes, and then 39 minutes yesterday in his first game back against Chicago. In Giannis' first game back against Chicago. He had 15 potential assists, had 16 potential assists against Detroit, and had 12 potential assists against Washington. Now he gets a match against Charlotte, who allow the 3rd most assists in the restricted area. He generates 36% of his assists in the restricted area. Correlating it with Giannis, you got to have some sort of correlation in these plays. Giannis over 23.5 points, right? Giannis is that guy in the restricted area that he's going to be generating assists to. Again, Charlotte allows a bunch of points in the paint. Top 6 points in the restricted area where Giannis scores 83% of his points. He played 25 minutes in his first game. I'd assume probably close to that 25, 26 minutes here again. So yeah, love this spot. It's pretty close too. 4-point spread. Giannis, love that spot. All right, appreciate you guys hopping on in. Y'all still betting on assists. The players can make the pass but have sorry ass. Yeah, it's all about volume, right? It's the same thing about... See, like, think about it. It's the same thing as taking a player's points. It's pretty similar because it's all about volume, right? You have potential assists. Say you have 15 potential assists. You can kind of pencil in around 7 or 8 assists based off volume. Same thing with field goals attempted, right? If you have a line at 20 points and you're projecting him to get about 18, 19 shots, you're in a good spot. Then you give him a better matchup and stuff like that. It's pretty similar. Same thing with rebounds. Same thing with rebounds. Rebound chances. It's all about volume. I make my plays based off of volumes, not off efficiency. Based off of volume, not off efficiency. And then the matchup comes in handy as well to filter out things. There's no such thing as a lock. It's all about consistency. I only put 1 unit on this play. It's the same thing. I'm going to put 1 unit on my other plays as well, unless I find something really good. And that thing might be Jarrett Allen under points. I don't mind Jarrett Allen under points. All right, I'm going to hop off here for now. There are 30 free day passes remaining if you guys want to try it out. 28 free day passes remaining now. 28 free day passes. I appreciate you guys hopping on in. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all later. Happy New Year's. If I don't see you guys soon, Happy New Year's. Have a great rest of 2025, and let's go into 2026 strong. Peace out.